Hey guys, I'm in the middle of making my patchouli and vanilla soap, or vanilla patchouli, however you want to look at it. I think we call it patchouli vanilla, but you think I'd know because it's mine. But whatever, it's summer. I'm done teaching for the next 2 months, and hey, I can just do this full time. So anyway, what I've got here is I've got 3 molds set up, and they're currently sitting at an angle. And the first layer of soap that I colored with spinach powder is just kind of sitting at a 45-degree angle. So it's sitting in there about like that. And I'm going to pour layer number 2, which is got red madder root powder in it. And we're going to coat this layer up. I'm going to put it in all 3 equally, or as equally as possible. Oops, spilled just a little bit. Scrape out all the good stuff. Okay, so that's layer number 2. This is a 3-layer soap. I'm gonna let this sit up for about 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna actually tilt them down so that they're normal, and then the last layer will just take up the rest of the space. It'll be a triangle shape like that. That'll fill in over the top. One of these days I might get smart and actually make, blocks of soap and put them in to molds and pour over those and see what they look like. But for right now, I like doing it this way. It turns out pretty nice. I'll grab one that's done to show you. I've showed making these before, but it's such a neat soap, and we're currently out of it. I thought I'd show it again. But I love how the colors turn out. This one's going to be darker than this particular bar. I decided to go with more spinach powder on the bottom to create a darker green, more red madder root for purple, and then instead of a cappuccino mica that's in this one, I'm substituting that out for red sandalwood powder, which will turn a really nice brown color. So we'll see how it comes out. We'll get layer 3 in just a second. All right, so we are ready to do the final layer on this soap. Make sure my camera is good. I think it is. Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay, so we're ready to do the final layer. And this is our soap here. I colored this one with red sandalwood powder. Don't let the name fool you. Even though it looks red as a powder, it turns to this really lovely shade of brown once you get it poured in. If you can see the inside of the mold, I'll bring it down here to show. As you can see, it's at an angle. It's not flat. So we're going to pour over that angle for the last part of our striped look on our soap that we have. Okay. Sometimes they fall from the plastic, so I'm glad they didn't. But see, that's what the soap looks like there with that red sandalwood powder. It's already starting to brown inside the soap base. So let's get this kind of poured and going here. I left my soap mixture in a more emulsified state, so I didn't let it really come to trace because I wanted it to be really liquidy because it's easier to fill each level that way. If I get it too thick, then it just doesn't give the same effect. So here we go. Pouring this right on the very edge because I'm worried that the soap is still a little soft. So I don't care if my end piece gets messed up, but I do care if it messes up the entire effect of the whole bar. One, Seem to be doing that a lot today. Two. And then we got our third. And voila, that is going to be a lovely bar, patchouli and vanilla soap. So we started at an angle, poured 2 layers at an angle, poured the 3rd layer flat. You know, I'm not an expert at this. Well, I guess that's within reason to say. I think I'm an expert. I'm always learning new stuff, though. I learned this technique about a year ago, just by doing what you're doing now, watching the internet, watching YouTube. There's a lot of really good soap makers out there, and they all have really good ideas. And even though I make practical soaps for everyday use, there's nothing wrong with throwing a little artistry into the mix, you know. So anyway, we'll see how this turns out in a couple of days.